Hi everyone, and welcome to Leaf Rants. The Toronto Maple Leafs lose 6-3 against the Detroit Red Wings on Saturday night because of course they do. Not a great game from the Leafs at all, but shout out to Anthony Stolarz, who was the only person who seemed like he cared. William Nylander, who I was praising for having 2 points last game, didn't really have an amazing game and did not show up for this one. Austin Matthews looked okay at times. He was using that wrist shot, which we haven't seen in a while. But yet again, just a whole lot of nothing coming from the Stars. I don't know what to say. I'm done making excuses. It's one loss. It's game 2. They're getting into it, but Craig Berube, I hope he yelled at them. They deserve to get screamed at. This was a horrible performance. So why don't we go and break it down? First period. Anthony Stolarz tested very early. Had to make a couple great stops, and he held his ground. Then Calle Järnkrok scores his second goal in 2 games, and it's 1-0, assisted by Nick Waugh. Then moving on, Stolarz standing on his head again. The only Leaf, he was the only reason that this game wasn't 37-3. How many shots did they have? Let's see. 35 shots. He was the only reason this game wasn't 35-3. Not even under exaggerating that. The Leafs were horrible defensively, horrible in front of their net. You got to tighten that up, and they didn't get anything going offensively. 23 shots. I remember it was halfway through the third, and I went, damn, the Leafs have 20 shots. They only got 3 more. They had power. They had a couple power plays in there. They were shorthanded. They had their goalie pulled, and it was a 4-3 game till the end, where the Red Wings got 2 empty netters. Really, the last empty netter doesn't matter at all. But the one that made it 5-3 definitely did. That's where the momentum died. And it's not like there was much momentum going for the Leafs anyways. So let's keep her going. Big tip by Nick Waugh off a good shot by Riley. It's really nice to see him jumping up into the play. He's looked a lot better offensively. But yet again, a whole lot of nothing coming from it, right? Matthews pings one off the crossbar off a nice Maselli feed, and you haven't seen that shot in a while. Everyone thought it was in. This is when the Leafs were dominating the play. Stolarz, yet again, he had to make a couple huge saves, but the Leafs were looking good offensively. The Leafs, and then Carlo goes to the box for tripping, and the Leafs are on the penalty kill. They kill it off, and they exit the first period up 2-0. Then the second period. Rants left during the first, and he didn't return for the start of the second. You have to wonder, what does that mean? I don't think he returned. He didn't come back for the third either. He was out for the whole game. You have to wonder about that. So who's coming in? Easton Cowan, maybe? What's the other guy? Blaise? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Blais. I wouldn't be surprised if he came in Monday, but I don't really know. Then Casper goes glove side from the slot to get Detroit's first of the game, and it's 2-1. Then the Leafs spent a lot of time. They spent about 2.5 minutes in their own zone. Carlo had almost a 3-minute shift, and Matthews finally clears the puck out of the zone. Insane. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in your own zone with Austin Matthews, Matthew Nyes, Brandon Carlo, and Morgan Riley out there. Also Maccelli, but expecting Maccelli to be a big defensive guy, right? How does that happen? How? I couldn't tell you. It was just horrible. Then, of course, Larkin finds Raymond all alone in the slot. Riley and OEL were out there together, and that's not something that we should ever see again. I have not been impressed by OEL at all. I thought him and Benoit have both looked extremely uncomfortable, especially tonight. Benoit was a little bit better. Just nothing. Every time I saw OEL and I noticed something he did, it was for the wrong reasons. And that's just not what you want from him. That's not what you want at all. Then Kane makes it 3-2. Complete disaster of a period for the Leafs. Left wide open. The only person that noticed him, Anthony Stolarz. You can see him being like, hey. And then, of course, it goes straight to him. And it's a one-timer that beats Stolarz. He tries. Can't get it. You can't expect him to get everything, right? Let's keep going. 3-2 after the second. What a joke. Need a big response in the third. Only reason they were still in it was Stolarz. He was the only good sign of that game. He was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Massive saves. What I really want to point out is the second line of Bobby McMahon, John Tavares, and William Nylander. They were being outshot 1-7 at 5v5. 1-7. The shot attempts are 17-3 for Detroit when the second line is out there. You have Bobby McMahon, John Tavares, and William Nylander. That is not acceptable at all. Hold some goddamn accountability there. You can't be doing that. You make $11.5 million, Nylander. Tavares, yeah, you get a little less. But come on, you're still John Tavares. You're the second line center of the Leafs. I don't know what you do there. I don't. But that happen again. It's only 2 games into the season. Point it out now. Don't let that happen again. I'm not interested in it. So let's go to the third. Leafs to the power play, and then Matthews takes a penalty, ice-taking penalty 40 seconds in, and that kills the power play and the momentum that they were trying to build there. Then Domi has been shooting the puck a lot. That's something that Craig Berube said that he's talked to him about. He absolutely rips the thing to tie it up. It was gross. 3-3. Then Raymond makes it 4-3 on the power play. Taped 1T that beat Stolarz. I understand you're shorthanded. Just no net front coverage at all. Then Domi, he makes a hell of a move in the offensive zone. Works it in, fakes the shot, go to his backhand, and sends it over the net, misses wide. That could have been it. And then McMahon and Edvinsson get into it. And I don't understand how Bobby McMahon got a roughing penalty there. But, yeah. So both of them to the box. And that was about it for the rest of the game. Detroit, empty netter, 5-3. That's it. That's the game. You're done. And then they score on the empty net again. 6-3. Flat out embarrassing. Nothing good at all from that game, except for Stolarz. Takeaways from this game. Stolarz kept them in it early and was the only good sign of life for that entire team. Nick, he had an impact. I thought that fourth line looked pretty good until Steven Lorentz didn't come back. So maybe Steven Lorentz should be making $7 million. I don't know. Maybe he's the glue that holds this team together. Steven Lorentz, right? Yeah. The Leafs have the best fourth line in the NHL when everyone's healthy. I really do. I like losing Steven Lorentz is that big of a deal, but I really do like the Lorentz, Waugh, Yarncroke line. I think it'll be fine if you slot Lawton in there or make Lawton your third line center. I wouldn't mind that at all. Nylander do a lot more. He is up to, 3 points on the season now? 4. 3 assists, 1 goal in 2 games. Like, that's gross. But he's a lot out there. He needs to take a step and step it up, and I believe he will. It's William Nylander. We all know he will. We all know what he's capable of. I believe that he will. It's early, right? I got to calm myself down. It's very, very early this season. McCabe were the only strong D tonight. That's not acceptable. You have 4 other D-men, 2 other pairings. You can't rely on one pairing. Domi was doodling out there, but honestly, he was gross. He made a couple really good plays. I didn't mind his game tonight at all. But, yeah, I don't know how I feel about him as the third line center. I don't really like that line too much. But early in the season, right? There's injuries. Scott Laughton. Tavares, he's age. And yet again, he's an older player. Should he be your second line center in the NHL? Yeah, I think he's definitely capable of it. 100%. Look at the season he had last year. But I thought last year should have been his last year as the third line center or the second line center of the Leafs. Maybe third line center. Maybe move him to left wing. He's a guy, right? He's 34. Maybe 35 now. He's an older guy. Special team, not very special tonight. They sucked. Power play, sucked. Penalty kill, sucked. Guys left wide open all night. Can't have that. Gotta tighten up your play. And it's just a disappointing loss overall. I don't know. It's hard to really hammer them because it's 2 games into the season. But also it's 2 games into the season. It's good to address these problems now so you don't have them when it becomes April, right? It's also crazy to see that Domi had a 1-5 regular season goal in October. That's always nice to see. He usually doesn't shoot the puck. He's been shooting it a lot more, so I don't mind that. But he had a 2-on-1, and he shot the puck. He didn't pass it. He shot it. That's crazy to see. Max Domi always looking for those passes. He shoots it. Didn't go in, but just nice to see him shooting the puck more instead of being read like an open book. And, yeah, I don't know. I to say it. I truly do because I love him. But Austin Matthews has looked quite, other than the couple shots tonight, has looked quite similar to last year. A lot can change. There's 80 games left. That's a lot of games. I don't know, man. I don't know. The Stars need to step it up. And that's the thing that we say every single year. It's 2 games in. I'm not elaborating on that anymore. We all know the problems. They can easily change this up. Yeah. Whatever. At all. Tighten up your play. Take some accountability. Go into Monday's game. It's moved to 2 o'clock for the Jays. Go into Monday's game and dominate. That's what you have to do. Austin Matthews, go out there, dominate. William Nylander, go out there, dominate. Tavares, go out there, dominate. The entire team, go out there and dominate. Also, wouldn't mind giving Stolarz maybe a little rest after this. There's a lot of hockey coming up next week. A lot of hockey. Had a couple days off. Take tomorrow off. There's a lot of hockey coming up. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you get, please click like. Click always makes me feel pretty good. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, let me know what you think down below. Who do you think should fill in for Rants? What do you think about the effort tonight? Is this something we should be concerned about? Or is it game 2 of the season and everything's going to be fine? It just feels like the house is on fire. Let me know. Thank you.